in the year of 2025. A lot of people have been saying a lot of things about this year. They've been saying that this year is unlike any year that they've ever seen. They've also been saying that some of the things that's been happening this year have pretty much not happened before. You know, what do they mean by that hasn't happened before? Well, sometimes you can see the writing on the wall. What do I mean by that? Uh, oh, by the way, if I haven't already introduced myself, I'm the Fork Reskilling HQ. My channel is devoted to helping people that are sick and tired of living the same lifestyle, but are looking for a way to uplift themselves to a new lifestyle to level up with themselves. How do I do that? I teach financial literacy courses. I also teach people how to level. Most of the links to the things that I'm talking about are in the description below. So tap the link and join me so we can have another conversation. So it's the month of June 2025. A lot of people have come a long way. A lot of people in the federal sector have lost their jobs, and it's such a sad thing that this has happened to them. And right now, I'm trying to understand. I don't know what you're doing, man. Right now, I'm trying to understand why the situation is the way it is. And what do I mean by try to understand why the situation is the way it is? It's because that when this whole thing started with people losing jobs, people were not trying to understand what it was that was going on. Okay, in their mind, they thought it was just gonna be them, right? If you know what I mean, it was gonna be them. It wasn't gonna be me. It wasn't gonna be me. There's no way that I was gonna lose my job. There's no way they're gonna tell me to come back to work. Um, which means it's gonna cost me more money, all right, to travel. On the other hand, you have people that said, "Hey, look, yes, you need to get your butt back to work. You know what? Because I've been doing all the working, and you've been sitting your butt at the crib playing video games and not even working. And so often you get on some kind of meeting and something like that, and you think, oh yeah, we did this, and you show a couple of slides, but that wasn't really working. And people, after a while, figured out that there was a certain segment of society that said they weren't working anymore, especially after the pandemic. People just got used to working from home. So and then you get the corporations and even the government sector saying, hey, if we don't incentivize these people to work from home, we're going to lose a whole generation of workers, right? So that's how I think this whole thing started, where a whole generation of workers were able to come together and say, hey, we are heading towards what's called a post economic um, reveal. Okay, so basically what I was getting at is, if you're following what's happening with the economy right now, there's a lot of people that are thinking that the economies of scale and the cost that's involved with scaling are going down dramatically. And the reason they're going down, from what I've been hearing, is that it costs less to do stuff right now. And that's primarily due to technology. So technological improvements and upgrades has led to a situation where it costs less to bring products to the market. All right. Okay, somebody's praying right there. Right. Well, happy new month. Okay, appreciate you. Yep, yep. All right. All right. Selah. Okay, you prayed about, you talk about Israel, so I'm gonna say Selah. Okay? Because I'm the true Hebrew Israelite, if you don't know. So whenever you talk about Israel, I'm gonna say Selah. That's like our old way of saying Amen. All right. And since it's Sunday, to everybody that out there that believes in something, keep your beliefs up. For all those folks too that are thinking, hey, it's gonna be a different world. But the thing about it, I want to tell people is, yes, this may be different, right? But you can activate what's gonna make that change. Just like the example I gave you right after that stuff, people are like, you know what? I can stay home and I can be productive and I can do more. I can spend more time with my family. But the question that I want to ask you guys is, did that actually happen? Right? Did that actually happen? Did we actually get to a state where the economies of scale or there was a balance. First, there was an imbalance in labor and productivity, but then we got to a state where they became a balance. What do I mean by they became a balance? It means that the, the inputs into production, which includes labor and all that good stuff, products, right, became so cheap that producers, okay, whether they be in government, social services or private industry, producers then found a way to literally make so much money out of one unit of production that it became almost criminal to do that, right? So the question then becomes, to what extent are you positioning yourself right there to take full advantage of this change in economic models, right? And I will submit to you that you can actually do more than you think you can do, right? What do I mean by that? It means with so much trying to blame ourselves for the reason why things are not going right, or we're trying to blame somebody else for the reason why things are not going right, but we're forgetting the reason things like this happen. We're forgetting that at the end of the day, we're forgetting. Somebody made a comment that is really funny. Go read the history books, man. You're gonna realize who you're dealing with. Do you understand? The original, not the so-called that's walking around. It's more the original, man. Okay. So sorry, you guys have taken the history books and you flipped it, and you don't know who the real folks are. They look just like me, and they invented the damn religion, and they look just like me, and they're still walking around, and they've gone through 400 years of captivity, which was prophesied that was going to happen to them. On top of that, you know what else has happened? They're now waking back up, just like it was prophesied. So I'm not debating you on that. I'm just kind of giving you more power, and I'm also professing more power. And I'm also teaching folks, when you come to my live and you talk about religion, I'm going to set you straight. I don't talk about religion in my life, but every so often it pays to just educate people, because you don't know what's going on. You don't know the power that people that look like me have to change dynamics. And that's what's happening right now. Okay? But anyway, back to the topic. The economic models are changing along with people's perception of right and wrong. I'm going to say that again. The global economic models are changing along with people's perception of what's right and wrong. So much so that you have individuals thinking that they can leave planet Earth and go to Mars. Well, I got news for you. You can't go to planet Mars and not see people that look like this. Actually, some of them look like this. They're real dark. They're like 7 to 12 foot huge giants. Okay? You understand? And they're coming back. I don't know if y'all heard about the Anunnaki. Well, guess who they were? Yes. So they're coming back. And people are now realizing that, um, if you heard the saying, I am what I am. Yep. I am what I am. All right. Okay. So back to what I was talking about. Again, happy new month. I'm trying to come on live here on my TikTok channel, the Fork Reskilling HQ, to help uplift people by telling them about financial literacy and figuring out how they can uplift not just themselves, but the next generation of leaders. And I do that through my live coaching. I also do that through some of the products and services that I basically partner with to provide to folks that are looking to do exactly what I told you. Okay, you see this sun that's rising right now? Okay, you see this sun? This sun is telling you that you have the power to change not just what's happening to you right now, it's also telling you that you have the power to change your sphere of influence. What do I mean by the sphere of influence? You can name 10 people that you hang out with. Okay, of those 10 people, you're probably going to get five that are providing you value. Of the five that are providing you value, there's probably like two of them that are giving you super values. All right, the sun is going to tell you that. Okay, it's not just something that shows morning and just shines things, it kind of helps you figure out what's going on. Okay. And what's going on right now in June 2025 is a lot of people are sick and tired of being lied to. A lot of people are sick and tired of being used as yo-yos, swingler, singler, swing down, swing, swing. Okay, they're telling them, "Oh, you can do this," but then they come back the next day and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. You can't do that." They're being sick and tired of being used and manipulated, both financially, economically, mentally, psychologically. People are sick and tired of it. And what do I mean by sick and tired of? It means they've mentally checked out of the economic system. And do you blame them for that when you see that people at the top continuously amass wealth? Do you know that if you just create what's called a venture capital firm today, your effective tax rate will be lower than people's ordinary tax rate? Go do the research. So then what does that mean? Is that the reason why lately I've been seeing a whole bunch of people coming up with their own venture capital firm? Have they been basically, has the cat been let out of the bag where people now know that, look, I can level up just like the rich? The tax code is for you. Okay? You just got to learn it. All right? So at the end of the day, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? So keep in mind that knowledge is everywhere right now, but people don't know how to package the good knowledge and share it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to help people because 102,000 black females just lost their jobs between the span of February to May. That's a lot of people. They're basically dismantling the black middle class, using the black female, the black professional, as a scapegoat. Okay, because if you remember what happened when they started by talking about why the black male was useless, they utilized the black female to do that. But now the black female has realized that the partnership that they thought they had with the white female was all a big lie. Okay, because you see what's happening right now. You don't see black females out there marching. No, they're not. It's like, wait a minute. So that's what happened to me. They took me out of the economic ladder. They made me look down on my man. Okay, the black female was made to believe that the black male is lazy. Never mind, the black female and the black male built the United States of America. I'm going to say it again. Yes, blood, sweat, and tears. 400 years. 400 years. All right. So now folks are rising up and people are scared. They want to like take away your rights. They want to take away your power. But it's already too late. Why is it too late? Because you have people that come on this channel and try to tell people who they are when in actuality they don't know who they are. I'm talking to you, Mister. I know I know who is and who isn't. I am that I am. The sun knows that I am that I am. All I have to do is get out of the sun and I activate things that are within me that you don't have within you. You don't have what I have that can activate things. I have the mind to move planets. Do you understand what that means? It means I can literally make a planet move. Okay? You don't understand that. You're not capable of understanding that. The day you understand that is the day you're gonna have the capability to do what you're doing. That's why you're always fighting. Understand? You're always fighting, you're always hoping somebody can tell you what's really going on. When in actuality, you don't know what's going on, and you hope you know what's going on, but you don't. Okay? So that's what I wanted to come on and kind of talk a little bit about. I'm gonna share some more information. Don't forget to check out the links that I posted in the description below. And those links are going to help you tap into some of the resources that I put together, including some books that I've written. And these books are designed to help you understand exactly what's going on right now and also help you become a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. You may have been a part of the problem if you're of a different cultural expression, But that shouldn't stop you from being part of the solution, because let's face it, you guys always say, well, I didn't do anything. Yeah, you did not, but you're enjoying the same fruits of wickedness that was made to bear on people that were only trying to be human, but were unfortunately bad things were done to them. So let's put it that way. So again, the links to all this stuff I'm talking about on the in the description below. And I appreciate you joining my channel. Join it, and we'll have more conversations. Okay.